What's up, y'all? My name is Michael Orso, and this is training number 6 of our free SEO training 8-step series. So throughout this training session, we are going to be discussing business citations. Now, do you all remember what a business citation is? We had previously covered it, but I'm going to mention it again just in case. A business citation is any mention of your business's name, address, or phone number on the internet. For example, if you have a listing on Yelp and it includes your name, address, and phone number, that will count as a business citation. So in our last video, we discussed what makes a website appear at the top of Google Maps. And the number 2 reason is the number of business citations. So you can scan for business citations with WhiteSpark. Now I recommend using WhiteSpark kind of to spy on your competitors and see how many citations they have. So in Lubbock, we're going to use this as an example. Lubbock SEO. The number 1 guy on Google Maps is Stuart SEO, and number 2 is the Lubbock Web Guy. So they probably appeared here because they had the most number of business citations. So I ran a search on them. Lubbock Web Guy actually has 24 citations, and Stuart SEO has 12 citations. So I click on their name, and it kind of shows me where they got their citations from. Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Merchant Circle, DMB, Alignable. I don't know if you all have ever tried to fill out your own citations manually. Well, it sucks. There's a lot of hoops you need to jump through. So, for example, let's go to Merchant Circle. Listings. We want to get listed on their thing. So first we're going to have to create an account with our name, email address, password, zip code, business stuff. And then it's going to send you an email. And sometimes the email will pop up in your inbox, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it goes to your spam, or it won't come through for about 30 minutes. Well, after you receive that email, you're actually going to have to go back in and build out the entire thing just like you did for the Google My Business. You're going to need photos and descriptions and services and pricing, hours. So it gets very repetitive after you do 2 or 3 of them. And typically people take about 15 to 25 minutes per citation. So depending on how many citations you need to do, that's probably not the best way to do it. But how expensive is outsourcing citations? Well, Yext charges $7 per citation. WhiteSpark, who is the company that has this wonderful tool where you can track the numbers of citations, charges $9, and SignUp charges $11. Why do they charge so much money? Well, unfortunately, it's because they can. They have such beautiful websites that people will severely overpay for essentially the same service. So here at Orso Leads, we have actually developed a connection in the industry who will fill out our citations for about $3 per citation. It's a great deal, and it saves you so much time. So from a very honest viewpoint, I recommend that businesses try to have about 100 business citations. Well, you might say that's a bit much considering these people only have 24 and 14 or 12. But it's really not that crazy, because just because you make a citation doesn't mean that that citation is actually going to count. You're also going to need Google to find that citation, so find that web page and index that web page into itself. So unless your citation gets indexed, it won't count. So we really recommend that you overdo it. You need to go as large as you can, because only a certain percentage, about 40 to 50% of the citations, are actually going to end up showing on Google after a few months. And that's really just the unfortunate truth of the situation. Now, Yext or WhiteSpark or SignUp aren't going to tell you that, but after doing this for people for a while, I can tell you that that is 100% the truth. So let's kind of look at the pricing. WhiteSpark is one of the more affordable options I've found, and they charge $200 for 20 listings. So that's $10. They charge $600 for 80 listings. Whew, expensive. So here at Orso Leads, if you want to get 100 listings, which is going to be on the largest directories in the US, we charge $3 per citation. I think our guy has a software that kind of automates the process for him, so it works a little faster. Unfortunately, you are still paying for his expertise in the field, but that's just how it goes. So there's the pricing breakdown for citations, but they're super important. Do not neglect them just based on price. Reach out to us and we'd be happy to help. So next we do something called data aggregators. So there are 3 main data aggregators. We have Data Axle, Newstar Localeads, and Foursquare. Now these are essentially companies that collect data on local businesses, such as the name, address, and phone number, to present it elsewhere online. Essentially, these are like the 3 biggest directories that local businesses use, and Google actually purchases the info that they have collected so that they can cross-reference their own records. So it's super important that you show up in these data aggregators, because over time I think it's going to be more and more important. Now, what's the cost of submitting to these 3 data aggregators? Well, unfortunately, Yext severely overcharges. They charge about $500 per year. Obviously, they recommend you submit them every year. Why? Probably so they make more money. I haven't really noticed any difference just doing it once or compared to doing it every year. So here at Orso Leads, we'll actually submit that to you for about 150 bucks, and I'm gonna be honest, we probably make 10 bucks from that. We try and pass along the savings to our customers just so we can provide the best service, and we want you all to see results from our service. We want you to show up on the top of Google Maps without you paying us loads of money that wasn't necessary. So anyway, that was the business citations. It's super important that you get those citations out there on the web, and we highly recommend you also do the data aggregators. So that is the training session number 6, business citations. In our next videos, we're going to touch base on Google reviews and third-party reviews. So we will see you there. Have a good one.